Joining us now, we have two of Strictly's finest pro dancers to cast their professional opinion on the weekend's choreography. Please go cock-a-hoop for Anton and Flavia! This is interesting. I like what we're about to do. We're not here to discuss whether Austin's flicks or kicks were good. We're here just to really talk about it all from the professionals' point of view and how they choreographed it. First up, what makes... I know I sound like a moron. Bear with me. What makes good choreography? Is it just that it's seamless, or is it that it makes your partner look great? Flavia?
I think the choreography's got to tell a story. I think that's what everybody at home watching wants to see. They want to get involved, you know, in what they're seeing. So I think the music is vital. You need to get a piece of music that really means something to you, and then that makes it much easier to come up with the steps and the ideas. But there has to be some sort of storytelling, and that's what people, you know, get hooked on and love.
That's what was so good about Don and Lily's, I think, is I felt I was sort of watching a mini play.
That's right.
Anton, how difficult is it for the professionals, because you have so much work to do? You get in there and you've got to choreograph yet another dance. Or do you sort of have moves in your head already? You know what you're going to do?
Well, to a degree, really. You have a certain vocabulary of steps, if you like, that you can draw upon.
Like it.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But the music takes care of everything for you, really. Now, you have to... if Flavia and I were going to do a dance, sort of the world is our oyster, really. We can do anything. Yeah. But when you're dancing with a celebrity, they've got limited ability. You know, they're doing the best they can, and that's great. But you've got to go with what they can do naturally. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own way. Personally, and I hope I speak for you as well. Perhaps I don't. But you go with what you've got, really. Now, if they can turn to the right, well, but not to the left, you go with that. If they can walk in the straight line forwards, great. If they can't really go backwards too well, you sort of avoid that. So you really go with what you've got in front of you. But if you get a good piece of music, as Flavia said,
it should be much easier.
Actually, Mark and Hayley had a fabulous piece of music.
Yeah, that's great.
Big moments, very big moments in the dance, in the music.
OK, all right, you mentioned big moments. Let's have a look at a few clips from Saturday. First up, Andrew and Ola. What did you think of their tango? Because, I mean, look, I love this. Flavia?
I love this bit. This was my best favourite bit, I think, of the whole thing with Zola's kicks and his head action there.
A bit menacing. I don't mind that. I wouldn't have gritted my teeth. Word to Andrew, don't grit
I
your
think
teeth.
it's great. It went with the music. You know, it was a rock piece of music. It wasn't a traditional tango, and I think, you know, that's what they demonstrated in the choreography.
It was T-Rex. And also, Anton, do you think...
Tough.
I mean, I hope Andrew's busy. Andrew, look away. There's something in the corner of your kitchen. But maybe because he's not the best dancer, what Ola created was something memorable. That is the most memorable thing.
At this
she did
point,
that in the first week as well, didn't she, with him?
That's right. I think at this point you also get... They should know what their celebrity is good at and what they're not so good at. So they're obviously going to use, like you say, you know, the best things for them. So
I mean, the beginning of that dance was very strong.
Yeah.
And it highlighted how good Ola is as well. It made her look strong. Because as a partner, you worry so much about what's going on here that you forget to dance yourself. Now, that was great because that was a moment of play action, interaction between them. She was very strong what she was doing. He responded to it well.
Yeah,
very good choreography. Very strong.
All right, good. Anton, I want you to talk to me about Austin and Erin.
Yeah.
The judges loved it. Go on, talk me through this. This is just...
Well, this is good. This takes a certain amount of confidence on both parts, on his part and on Erin's part, that she feels that he's strong enough to be able to pull that off and then not go wrong straight after. It's very key that you don't go wrong. Once you've done a moment like that, you don't go, oh, it's all gone disaster straight after. It makes it look ridiculous. But she's... Erin's lucky, as is Camilla, that their boys... they're confident in their boys that they can leave them alone and they can crack on and pull it off. That's a huge asset to have.
Gives you a bit more flexibility in what you can do.
You've got that.
Choreographically, huge asset to have.
OK,
definitely.
Flavia, let's talk about the choreography in Don and Lily's. Craig said it was great. Yesterday I was saying that my mum was obsessed by it. What made it so good? Was it the storytelling? Look how dramatic that
I
is.
think, you know, the music is great, and, you know, they've got the atmosphere between them, and, you know, the steps tell a story. You know, Lily is dancing away, he's pulling her back. So, you know, you're following sort of a little story, and that's what gets you involved in the dance.
There's a very strong narrative that runs through some of the dances, and there's not in others. Now, the tango is a very strong narrative. We know exactly what the dance is about. There's the drama of the music. That's the dance. Now, the more you can stick with that, the better it is. The dance, the easier it comes out. The choreography will come out more simply. Well, I think that Lilia did a marvellous job with Don there, and her choice of choreography was perfect. Do you know, with choreography, sometimes it just comes.
Really?
It can come very
like
quickly.
on a dance,
Other
yeah.
days, you work hard and you can't. Your brain fries trying to think of different steps. Nothing really comes.
Or you
Doesn't
go
seem to
into it with
work.
some ideas, some
Yeah.
steps, then you know you try them out and it just doesn't work.
But sometimes it just comes.
And
There's a
sometimes
lot
it
of
does.
pressure, though, on
It's
the
really,
profession.
yeah, it just varies, doesn't it, from week to week. It's
Yeah.
different. Sometimes it'll happen in an
In a
hour
moment,
and you'll
yeah.
put it together, and other times it'll take 2-3 days because you'll want to keep changing little
There's
bits.
no rhyme or reason, but it's integral. As we said before, the music is integral,
Vital.
and understanding what your partner can do naturally. Is
OK, finally, I want to talk to you about John and Christina. The judges, some of them said that he looked like he was having too much fun, but I loved this
I
opening.
disagree.
No, not at all.
No, because again, there's the narrative of the tango is strong here. I know John is quite aloof. He's uninterested. She's trying to draw him in. I think she did a very good job. I think her choice of choreography was very obvious and very simple, but in a very strong way.
Creative
Yeah.
way.
Very creative, yeah.
Guys, I have found this very interesting. I like it. Will you redo
We
it
enjoyed
again?
it.
Let's do it
Yes,
again.
we'll come back.
Okay.
Shall we do this again?
Let's do it again.
You just try and stop.
Thank you very much. Flavia and Anton!
Right.
So that's what our professionals think. But how did the night pan out for leaderboard polar opposites, Ola and Erin?